Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's start exploring this place to see what's happening on this side of the river. More cash, always nice. You there? Yes, you, my friend. Come over here. Greetings, I'm the owner of this small but cozy tavern. You don't look like a local. Make sure to come by if you need a quiet corner to snooze in. Okay, resting. Fair enough. Let's talk to the troubled merchant. Are you the heroes who helped fight off the hunger that moves at the gates? So you know how to handle those abominations. You can help me out too. The merchant sizes you up with his eyes and clicks his tongue in a friendly manner, clearly liking what he sees. I am Blemming, an upstanding citizen and merchant in this town. Ask anyone, everybody knows me here. I make a living bringing back certain goods from Numeria. Of late, however, I haven't been able to bring back anything. The hunger that moves is stalking the mountain pass, and now my caravan can't get through. If you help me, you can be sure I'll see to it that you're well rewarded. Why would the hunger that moves attack a caravan? That's a good question, but do I look like an expert in these abominations? On the face of it, there's no reason that hunger that moves should attack wagons, but for all I know, perhaps there's no other prey on the mountain pass, so it attacks whatever living flesh it sniffs out. What do you do in Gunrun? I bring back goods from Numeria. I'm a humble trader, but here in Gunrun, people like me are worth their weight in gold. We have to get some of our most basic items from Numeria, or we'd be truly miserable. What with Ustalav imposing a blockade on us 100 years ago. That's where I come in. I bring back hardware, tools, fabrics, spices, you name it. Tell me what the problem is and I'll decide if I'm going to help you. There's not a lot to tell really. Caravans bound for Numeria use the mountain pass. There is no other route. And it's there at the narrowest stretch that the hunger that moves has made its new home. My caravan has been attacked twice. I haven't seen it myself, obviously, but many of my people escaped with their lives then, and they all say they were attacked by the hunger that moves. Now everyone's flatly refusing to go without a heavy escort, but where am I supposed to find people to do the job? Sigvorn has no manpower to spare on account of that quarantine, so will you do it? I'll help protect the caravan. That's great, that's great. My lads are sitting near the fisher folks' house by the wall. Tell them I sent you and they'll explain the rest. Let's trade. The merchant runs his gaze over you and chuckles. Why, a gentleman of such a distinction would be much better served by Arison Cray. My merchandise is what it is. Simple articles for peasants like myself. Okay. Let's continue exploring then. A troubled merchant, caravaner, Isena. Okay. I guess this goes up to where Sigvorn is, I suppose. Let's see if we can find that other merchant. I assume it's that caravaner. Okay. Arison Cray, the tall man in an unshowy but expensive suit, calls your name. Sorry to bother you. I've heard so much about you. I couldn't miss an opportunity to see you with my own eyes. Where are you and your companions from? I'm a traveler from a distant place. The man nods as though he's heard that reply before. A distant place. Why, most certainly. This place here, Gunrun, is like a tiny seed swept up by a hurricane, swept up and cast far, far away from anywhere inhabited. But anyway, forgive my curiosity. I imagine you have questions, or would you like to see my merchandise? Who are you? The merchant twists an expensive ring on his finger, looking lost in thought for a moment. I used to be asked that a lot back when I'd just come here. Your question almost transported me back to those days. What used to be my answer? I'm a foreigner, but you needn't be afraid of me. I'm an Ustalav, but do weigh all the pros and cons of running a pitchfork through me. The merchant's laughter is soft but very sincere. Those were the days, full of fuss and new faces. A pleasant memory. A lot has changed since then. I've settled down here, started my own business, put on a few pounds. Happy to make your acquaintance. My name is Arison Ray. I'm a rare breed round these parts, a merchant, and an outstanding one too, I might add. By the way, what would you say if this merchant had some business to discuss with you? Tell me what kind of business first. Fair enough. Information first, decisions later. You're a shrewd one. I could see that right away, and that's the reason I'm making this proposal. I suppose you've heard about the trouble at the Wolf Goddess's temple by now? In case you haven't, here it is in a nutshell. For a long time now, the temple has been besieged by demons. The goddess's powers prevent them from getting in, but they have no intention of leaving either. I've managed to find out that the demons are likely coveting a certain knick-knack that's inside the temple. Well, knick-knack is one way of putting it. Some might prefer ancient relic. It's really just an old piece of wood with a rich history, but as long as it stays in the temple, those monsters won't leave the town in peace. If you happen to get inside sometime, take a good look around. Ideally, I would like to acquire this item, but I would also welcome any information. Is it actually in the temple? What does it look like? Where is it being kept? Get the idea? I'm prepared to pay handsomely for anything you can tell me about it. Okay, I'll look around the temple when I get the chance. You've made me the happiest among merchants. Glad to shake your hand and seal the deal. And remember, the reward will be very generous. I'm saying this in case you're not especially concerned about what will become of Gunrun. What's it like living in Gunrun as an Ustalav? The merchant smiles a reserved, knowing smile. If the locals' looks could kill, but they can't, so it's eminently tolerable. Yes, I'm a little unpopular, this is true. You see, being an Ustalav here is an indelible stigma. No matter how many years I've been and will continue to be an honest shopkeeper, they'll always say, he's a nice chap, sensible and honest, but still an Ustalav, so don't put your pitchfork away just yet. Do you understand? What's the deal with Ustalav and this place? It's the troubles of bygone times. When old Sarkoris fell, a handful of survivors sought refuge in Ustalav, but the Ustalavs were afraid of the demonic scourge. Ustalav closed its borders to refugees, and the blockade has continued to this day. Yes, it's an antagonism that goes back decades. Sadness clouds the merchant's gaze. That blockade is a deplorable misunderstanding stemming from a lack of research into the nature of demons at the time. I was profoundly outraged to learn that the borders were still closed. While, of course, it was beyond my power to change that, I did all I could. I came here and opened my shop so that my merchandise might in some way relieve these people's hardships. Tell me about Gunrun. A wonderful place, if a bit of an acquired taste. Quiet, old-fashioned, but you can feel its potential. Gunrun can be more than this. It's a shame not everyone who's in charge of its future sees that. What do you think of Isena? A wonderful woman of firm principles, a true Sarkorian, although between you and me, the total of her knowledge of the ancestral ways comes from what her grandmother told her of what her own grandmother had told her of what. You get the idea. She goes out of her way to revive old customs, but from where I'm standing, it sadly seems to do nothing to help Gunrun move with the times. Wouldn't you say forward is the only direction worth moving in? Time only moves forward. Be like time. That's what I always say. He who plows on ahead with no knowledge of the road will stumble into a bog or fall into a ditch and break both his legs. The girl might not know our traditions very well, true enough, but at least she follows them. What do you think of Sigvorn? A most worthy man, courageous, honest, and a true leader. Another pleasant trait of his is his openness to new things. Much as he strives to remain true to his Sarkorian roots or his idea of them, it's just that he lacks any flexibility in political matters. Do you see what I mean? And Gunrun is badly in need of allies. He's too ready to bend to whichever way the breeze is blowing. Whoever heard of sorcerers in a chieftain's band? You know it's not a good idea to trust everyone who's trying to make friends with you. Who wants Oglins for allies? Allow me to assure you, I have no dealings with, what did you call them, Oglins? On the contrary, we're talking about honourable, respectable people whose favour will only benefit Gunrun. I reckon you're no better than an Oglin yourself. I look at your slimy smirk and I can see right away that you're up to no good. Certainly don't want to show him this strange charm. What do you think of the wolf goddess? A most interesting entity. In terms of power, she doesn't exactly rank with the likes of Iomade, of course, but she is powerful enough. It's sad to see people's faith in Sarkorian gods wane by the day, a pity, but time passes and some things pass with it. What was before will never be again, nor will old Sarkoris ever rise from its ashes. Let's see what he's got then. Quiver of Rose's Thorns. Use it to shoot 20 units of unholy speed ammunition per day. Deals additional 2d8 holy damage. Also grants chances to weaken the target for 1d6 rounds as if it was under Curse of Weakness spell. Fair enough. These golden braces grant their wearer an ability to cast Scorching Ray 3 times as a 12 level caster. They also increase the save DC against all evocation school spells the wearer casts by 2. That actually might be pretty good. The ring grants its wearer a +2 enhancement bonus to Dex. Their attacks against lycanthropes gain +2 bonus on attack rolls. Wearer of this ring can apply the effect of the haste spell to themselves for 5 rounds. That's actually not bad. While holding this +2 quarterstaff, wielder gains damage reduction 5 against attacks of swarms, okay? Melee attacks with the staff deal additional bludgeoning damage to all swarms, even those that would normally be immune to weapon damage. Wielder can use the staff to remove sickness 3 times per day as a swift action. Interesting. Inspiring Wisdom +4. There's definitely some decent gear here. The +3 full plate armor grants its wearer a +3 enhancement bonus to charisma and +4 to combat maneuver defense. Also grants the wearer damage reduction 5 against attacks of undead. That's a very interesting armor. +4 buckler and additional +3 bonus to AC against range attacks. Alright. Padded armor. Alright, everything else can go. Okay, so Social already has +4. I guess that's fine then. Is there anything over here? Tefan. Okay. What are you gawping at? Keeps your eyes to yourself and move along. Fair enough. Okay, and we're down here. What's this? Brass Golem Bodyguard. Okay. That's interesting. Answering your questions isn't one of my duties. Try asking my boss if you want to know. Alright? Okay. Wasn't expecting to have to do a fight here. This another... Yeah, it's another swarm. That's annoying. Finally killed the swarm. Okay. Let's check the note. Alright. I guess this is leaving the actual town, I suppose. So let's actually fall back. Oh, okay. So I guess it wants us to follow. Still alive, you mangy mutt. Okay. That's not good. Muhazol the Swarm Carrier, still alive, you mangy mutt. Toss her aside, our master will deal with her later and bite off the heads of these irritating mortals. Okay, I guess we're in for a fight then. Alright, let's charge in.
I will help where I can.
Arachne Devastator.
What am I missing?
Save the last one for me.
Okay, they went down pretty quick. And this heads back into town, which is fine. Okay, let's head in. Numerian Spellcaster, Bodyguard. Alright, Sigvorn, Bjordolf. Is there anyone else here? Nope. How did you even get across to this side? I'll be having a few choice words with the guards at the crossing. Come in since you're here. Do you need any help with the quarantine? No, I'll handle it just fine. I've already sent off for a healer. Bjord, my advisor, took care of it. The healer is delayed in coming, of course. Sigvorn clicks his tongue in frustration. You'd think he'd hurry his nag a little after the fortune I paid him. Well, no point in fuming over it. He'll be here any day now. Why won't you let your Senna help? If you've talked to her, you probably understand the reason yourself. He shakes his head. She's a heedless one. She believes Serena will protect her from everything, and she'll walk through fire armed with that faith. And the disease is dangerous. 3 of our People have died already. That's why I've put all the sick in one house and put a guard on the door. It's the safest thing to do until the healer gets here. There's something else. The reason why Issa is so troubled by the whole thing. The disease reared its head after the feast day, and do you know which feast it was? The one in honor of our wolf. Yesenia is in charge of the preparations every year, so she torments herself. She feels guilty. And it takes a clear head to deal with any serious job. What do you know about the disease? Bah, barely anything. It all began right after the feast in honor of our Serena. They hadn't even taken the garlands off the gates that evening when the first one fell sick. Maybe they brought in the disease along with some foreign goods. Maybe it's something else, but people are hurting and dying. Talk to Bjord, he can tell you more. You have an advisor? His name is Bjordolf. I brought him all the way from Numeria. He was in my party. He wasn't much use in combat, but he has applied himself here. Your people might not last until help arrives. Sigvord's hands curl into fists and his brow furrows. I am aware, he yells, but then quickly cools his temper. What do you suggest I do then? I can't get a healer from Ustalav. The border is closed. Not that I want anything to do with those ghouls. Alright, it can't hurt. Go have a look if you like. I'll tell my people to let you go where you please, but Isena is not allowed to go anywhere near the sick. If you find out a way to weed out the disease, come and we'll talk. I want to ask you about something. What are your thoughts on Gunrun? What a thing to ask. I'm the chief here, you know. My thoughts, they are the same thoughts any good father has on his child. For all their faults, they're still my child. Sigvord's laughter is resounding and pleasant. After he's done laughing, he rubs his chin. I think I regret every day I ever spent away from this place. This is my home, my tribe, and my tribe needs me. I won't let its spirit stiffen and wither, bound by old traditions. Mages, technology, even horned devils for crying out loud. We will absorb it all and turn it into our benefit. One way or another, Gunrun will live. I'm listening to you and I don't know what to make of it. On the one hand, Chief, I'll put it plainly, you're talking nonsense. When has Ed's sorcery ever helped us? But then again, Ulbrich scratches at his beard. Then again, you've got the Sarkorian spirit. You're talking balderdash, but you're talking like a chieftain. What are we supposed to do, friend? Old Sarkoris died 100 years ago. The whole world's been turned upside down. What used to be reasonable is madness now, and what sounded like madness now makes sense. Times have changed. Sigvord gives Ulbrich a friendly thump to the shoulder. But our spirit's the same as ever, no matter what century we're in. Tell me about yourself. I'm the chieftain. Sigvord shrugs his mighty shoulders, his face radiating calm dignity that gives you an indication of how much the word means to him. Do you see this sword? He nods over his shoulder at the worn leather-bound hilt. I got it from my father, as he got it from his father, as he got it from his. And the one who originally forged it and let it drink the blood of his enemies was a Sarkorian chieftain, many moons before the fall of this land. And what was his name? Tell me, chieftain, what is your clan name, and what is the name of this fine sword of yours? Want to test me, do you? Very well, I'll present myself as is proper. I'm Sigvord Dautry, son of Aswald Dautry, grandson of Walder Dautry. Our clan was founded by Trovan Dautry, the great smith who trapped dragon flame in his forge, and as for my sword, Sigvord frowns. Its name was lost along with our homeland. My grandfather died defending his home when my father was just a babe. The sword survived, but my grandfather took its name to his grave. May I take a look? Ulbrich examines the scabbard and the hilt of the sword with reverence, cautiously touching the tongues of flame etched on the guard. I knew your great-great-grandfather Wilbur Dautry, and this blade, I've seen it in battle. Its name is Dawn Cutter, and I see that you have not dishonored it, or your ancestors. Dawn Cutter. Sigvord presses his lips to the sword's handle and bows his head before Ulbrich. Thank you. Never have I been given so precious a gift. What are these metal things on the walls? Oh, these. Everyone here gawks at them, but I got used to seeing them back in Numeria. He nods at the peculiar decorations on the walls of his dwelling. That machine can predict the coming of rain. That one tells time. And this one is just a trophy, a memento of a glorious past of a Numerian mercenary. Yes, I'm telling you this openly. My band and I, we're not ashamed of it. You're not ashamed, fair enough, but you've got nothing to be proud of either. You're wrong. A victory is a victory, even if it's in a foreign land, in a foreign war. Without those victories, without the trophies and experience we brought back from Numeria, do you think Gunrun would still be standing today? What's your opinion of Yasena? Issa does good work, she's a fine lass. I have no quarrel with her as the tribe shaman. Those old traditions of hers, on the other hand. How are we supposed to get anywhere if we're always looking over our shoulder? Issa has to understand everything changes in this world and we must change along with it. What matters is what you hold in your heart, and that's where I hold Sarkoris. Yes, this is Numerian armor, but underneath it I'm still the same descendant of a Sarkorian chieftain. I swear it in Serena's name. There are some things you shouldn't do for the sake of surviving. There are some things that shouldn't be changed. Listen to the shaman chief. It's a centuries-old tradition for every tribe to have its own shaman, and there's a good reason for it. Maybe you're right, but, Sigvorn smirks, it is also a centuries-old tradition that the chieftain and the shaman have to be at each other's throats. Ulbrich lets out a booming laugh. It is, and that's the truth. Thank you for your answers. You're welcome. Alright, we're done here. Right you are, no time to be sitting idle, we all have business to take care of. Protect the forest temple. We explored the town, okay. When the invasion began, the gods of Sarkoris were as powerless as mortals in the face of demons. A local deity is in need of help, which the townsfolk cannot provide, but the commander's abilities are more than sufficient for this request. Okay. Let's talk to Bjordolf then. Bjordolf, advisor to the chieftain, at your service, Outlanders. I'm strongly advising you against looking into this matter. Why would famed warriors like you concern yourselves with a quarantine? But I won't go against the chief's orders. Ask me whatever you want to know. How long have people been ill? A couple of days, since the evening of our feast day in honor of Serena the Protector. What are the symptoms of the disease? The symptoms are horrible indeed. Stomach cramps, weakness, and fever. The affliction brings down strapping men as well as children and the old. Take my advice. Do not venture close to the sick or the body. Serena protects those who protect themselves. Tell me about yourself. About myself? Oh, I'm not worthy of your notice. I'm just a man who does his duty. Okay. That's a bit suspicious. Helmet. This cowl gives the wearer a +6 enhancement to wisdom ability score. If the wearer benefits from any shifter aspect, they also gain +2 circumstance bonus to damage with all natural attacks. If this cowl is worn together with the cat's boots, the wearer additionally gains +2 circumstance bonus to AC. Okay, I suppose that means it should be good for Ulbrich. I'm not going to be bringing Ulbrich with us everywhere though, so the +6 might actually be better for Social.
Let us press on.
Okay. Now we have to go to the forest, I suppose. Caravana. Don't remember seeing that guy. So you've been hired to protect us, is that right? Good, good. We'll set off now, lads. Ready the... Oh, you're good. You look mighty intimidating. I can tell you're a dangerous one. As soon as you're ready, let me know and we'll be on our way. Okay, so these are the guys we're protecting. Okay. Where did they even go? Alright, they're here. Tefan. Okay, we'll save it. Start the journey then. Okay. Let's stealth up. I guess we just move forwards and they will follow us, I suppose. Your band can go in front and we'll follow behind. Fair enough. That's what I thought. Cart from the previous caravan. It was damaged in the attack and its goods are scattered on the ground. Okay. Thought you guys were going to stay back. Okay, it doesn't look like there's too much else going on. Okay, so we have to keep moving forward. That's where the passage ends. Seems the creatures have some kind of intelligence. Okay, now we're getting surrounded, which is not ideal. You feel an alarming premonition and notice that one of the men by the wagon is making strange movements with his hands. He is casting a spell. You stare at him and he stares at you. In an instant, you understand each other without saying a word. He is controlling the living dead. I will let you live if you swear to leave this town in peace. Tell me who you're working for now. The man is shaking, but naming his employer is an idea that apparently terrifies him more than you do. Better just kill me. If I tell, I'm done for anyway. You've betrayed your town. My town? I didn't choose to live a pathetic life in this bloody backwater. If I could show I was worth something, perhaps I could convince. Anyway, that'll never happen now because of you. I will let you live if you swear to leave this town in peace. The man stares at you in amazement. It's a pleasure to meet an honorable foe. Did I say honorable? I was meaning to say stupid. Get 'em, my corpses. Okay. Should probably buff up since it looks like we lost the Harrian Storm. Okay, let's go after the skeletal champions. Okay, we're saving on this Sirocco stuff. Sirocco is always super annoying. Oh. Energized Spellcaster. Ooh. Right, okay. Let's heal here. Let's use Fireball. Zombie Lord. Okay, I guess that's it. You're saying our Tefan was a necromancer? That explains why he was always hanging about. He was always hanging about the cemetery. He said he was going to visit his dearly departed grandma. Pa. Anyway, we can handle things from here. You can head back to town. Okay, I guess that's it.
We march ahead.
Is there anything else over here? No, not really. Alright. I guess that's done then. And let's head back to Gunrun. Okay. We came back through here, alright? That's fine. To the Forest of the Forgotten Spirits. To the Infirmary. Current Glen Ruins. Okay. What should we do then? We don't have Death Ward anymore. So let's save it here, and I think I want to rest up just in case. So we'll go to that tavern. I can find it again. Oh, what's happening here? What? Where'd we get a whole hit crate? Don't worry, Hick's from Gramps' pantry. Great man he was. My Gramps. Crazy wild moonshine, I'm telling you. Don't be such a chicken. Here, look, I'll drink first. Ooh, that doesn't seem good. Potion of invisibility? Okay. What's happening to me? Somebody, hey. Hey, my buddy, why do you run away like that? He just looked at me and went, oh, why can't I see my hands? Where'd they go? Where'd my hands go? Am I dead? I'm sort of see-through. My mother told me drinking would be the death of me, and she was right. Help me, brother. Who are you? So you can hear me? Thanks, Serena the Protector. I'm Donick. I'm local. I'm a friend. You're invisible. So not a ghost? Have I been cursed? Did Gramps do this to me for stealing his liquor? So you drank your grandfather's liquor? Well, yeah, why not? He's old. He doesn't need it. That crate just stood there gathering dust for God knows how many years. Sounds like your grandfather is an alchemist. No, he is. Come to think of it, the liquor bottles were a little small. Gramps, why would you do this to me? Stay here while I think of something. I'm staying. Just don't forget about me. I'm invisible. You know, I'd forget about me quicker than I could down a gill. Ysena is versed. Okay, we can talk to Ysena about it. Fair enough. Where's the drunkard Arison Cray troubled merchant? Okay, let's go talk to the troubled merchant then. Oh, there's the barkeep. Tell him what happened. The path to Numeria is open. It wasn't the hunger that moves. One of my lads. A double-crossing necromancer? Serena protect us. Dark things are afoot in Gunrun. You mark my words. The merchant frowns and shakes his head. As for you, many thanks for your help. From me, from my lads, and from the whole town as well. Okay. Braces of mighty boar. These braces are adorned with fragments of a boar's tusk. They grant the wearer a +6 enhancement bonus to strength score whenever the wearer charges using a natural attack. Their first attack this round has its base damage dice tripled. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I was going to equip it on Ulbrich, but apparently he can't. Enhancement bull strength. I don't have a natural attack, but the +6 would be nice. Okay, I guess that should be fine. I guess we should talk to Isena first. Let's see if we can help the boy out. And I'll visit the infirmary as well before resting up. Ulsholm welcomes you. Your fate is tied to Gunrun, or should I say its fate is tied to you? A curious thing happened to one of the townsmen. He drank a potion. And turned invisible? Serena preserve us. Where did they find a whole crate? No matter, we must help the poor sap, and quickly. You simply can't go around mixing potions so carelessly. Bring me the vials left from whatever they drank, and here is a short list of things I need. You can obtain one from Cray, the merchant from Ustalav, and the other from Sigvorn. Once you have everything, I will help. Okay. Okay, where's Cray? I need some items on this list. Some poor soul has turned himself invisible accidentally, but Isena promised to cure him. The merchant studies Isena's list intently. Nothing rare. I'm not even going to charge you. I wonder why that chap wants to be visible again, considering the many clear advantages. You know what? Tell him to come over. Why trouble Isena about some potion? Tell the unfortunate that he's actually quite fortunate indeed, and that Arison Cray has an excellent business proposal for him. Yeah, don't know about that. This guy seems a bit shady. Let's talk to Sigvorn. Greetings, hero of Hazy Prophecy. Have you had a look around? How do you like our Gunrun? It's rather nice here. Come on now, you don't have to praise our land out of politeness like it's someone's child. Sigvorn peers into your face. Or are you truly enjoying your stay here? Good then, not many who visit us can truly appreciate this place. Isena asks for something from this list. Sigvorn looks at the note with a frown. If Isa wants to help that dimwit, I won't object, except that I'm sick to the back teeth of him. His antics may be minor, but this molehill's already grown into a mountain. Tell him to come to me for the cure. I'll lock him up, let him sit and think for a while. Trust me, a day or two spent pondering life choices will do wonders for him. Okay, so we have... we can take him to the merchant, take him to Sigvorn, or we can get Isena to take a look as originally intended. Let's see what he has to say.
Our path leads on.
Okay, I think I see the thing. Yep. I guess we can go back to Isena to see what she says. Okay, I have everything you asked for. Wonderful, and in such a short time too. Isena leaves for a little while, then returns with a small bottle in hand. Tell him to drink this, and all will be as it should. May the great Serena bless him. Okay. Lawful, chaotic. Are you going to start drinking again once you're visible? Me drink? Not a drop. Never again. Just please help. Okay, we'll do the good option. Isena brewed you a potion. An invisible hand snatches the potion from your fingers and you hear several greedy gulps. That's an interesting flavor. Raspberry and wolf fur, is it? The man who materializes before you looks overjoyed. My body, my dear old body, thank you, thank you. From now on I'll be drinking only the tried and true stuff, I swear. I mean, I won't be drinking anything at all. I swear on Serena's tail I won't. And we are... we're about halfway to level 13, I guess. Alright, now it's time to head to the infirmary. Wherever this is. Is it around the side here? It is, okay.
Godspeed. Together we stand.
Let's get back on our wolf. Alright, let's save it here and head in.
Let us press on.
Okay, citizen. I don't want to die. I'm only 43. I've got my whole life ahead of me. I feel so rotten. I don't even know if I'm alive or dead anymore. Have you been sick long? It's been 2 days. If I can still tell day from night with this damn pain in my gut. Can you describe your symptoms? I'm weak as a 3-day-old pup. I'm sweating buckets and it's like I have a devil in my gut screaming and kicking its hooves. When did you fall ill? Right after the celebration, the one in honor of Serena. It was so beautiful, and as soon as it ended, this started. The last thing I remember is a pilgrim knocking on my door and offering me some baked cabbage and meat. It tasted so good. Oh, my poor gut. Did the other sick townsfolk take the food too? What kind of question is that? Of course, everyone did. The food was delicious, perfectly fresh, and the smell was enough to make your mouth water. Okay. The first thing to do in order to stop an epidemic from spreading is to find out as much as possible about the nature of the disease. What are the symptoms? How is it transmitted? And most importantly, where did it come from? As though a demonic incursion and unfriendly neighbors weren't enough, the town of Gunrun has been afflicted by an outbreak of an unknown disease. Okay. And this guy can't talk. And it seems like we need to find someone that gave people cabbage? Cabbage and meat, I suppose? Let's talk to Yesenia, see if she knows anything. Nope. I want to ask about something. Nope, nothing. Alright. The map doesn't really show much. I'm not sure I want to go to the current Glen ruins. Do I? No, that's how we get out of here, so that's fine. The barkeep is over here. Alright, let's head into the chieftain's house. Can't talk to them. Where's Bjordolf? Let's save it here and talk to Bjordolf. Sigvorn wears a smile, but your arrival has clearly put his advisor on edge. Let's skip the pleasantries and get down to business. I hear you've gone and stirred up all of Gunrun over this, so tell me, did you work out anything about this affliction of ours? My investigation has borne fruit. You go at a problem like a wolf at a slab of meat. You won't drop it for love nor money. I'll listen to what you have to say. I'm certain that this is no disease. Not a disease? What makes you say that? Only the healer from Nymeria is capable of determining that. Don't listen to them, my chief. We should wait for the healer. We've waited long enough already. Now we're going to listen to whatever our guest has to say. The chieftain gestures for you to continue. Not long before the sickness broke out, a suspicious person was seen in the town claiming to be a pilgrim. He was giving out food for free. What could be the cause of such a generosity? Strange. Why would any pilgrims come here? We worship Serena, of course, but who outside our town would know about her temple and come all this way? And as for handing out food, what a load of nonsense. Have you heard anything about this Bjord? I saw the fellow, but what does that matter? I don't see why he's relevant, chief. He was just an ordinary pilgrim. His food could have been spoiled or poisoned, and a pilgrimage is a perfect cover story for a spy. You saw him and didn't check? I'm disappointed in you, Bjord. I talked to the afflicted townsfolk. They all ate the pilgrim's food and fell ill soon after. They ate it and then got sick, is that right? Well, that's interesting. What's interesting about it? It's a completely ordinary coincidence. Who even remembers what they ate on any given day? I found the person who was giving out food. He's dead, but there was a contract to supply poison in his pocket. So our pilgrim's journey didn't last very long, and he certainly didn't have spiritual matters on his mind. This whole thing is fishy. We need to take a look at those documents. We can't take Outlander's word at their word, chief. A conspiracy in our Gunrun? Ridiculous. Who'd waste their time on this town? I would, for one, Bjord. Sigvorn frowns, looking at his advisor, who seems to shrink under his gaze. Look at this. It's a contract to supply poison that I found on the dead pilgrim. An interesting note. Sigvorn takes the contract from you and turns it this way and that, peering at it. I don't recognize the hand, but the date rings a bell. That's the day I gave you the money and told you to send a messenger to Nymeria for the healer. The world is full of coincidence, my chief. Bjord's expression is calm, but a drop of sweat trickles down his temple. All the evidence indicates that someone deliberately poisoned the townsfolk. Sigvorn's face darkens. I think there is truth to your words. You can't write this off as a coincidence, Bjord. Didn't you tell me recently that you needed to send off for some poison to deal with pests in the granary? Did I? Perhaps I did, but I've so much to do I can't keep track of it all. You saddled me with managing everything in the town, no matter what it is. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who has to find the time. And has anyone ever thanked me for it? No, you take all the credit. That's what's got you so angry, Bjord? I've always valued the work you do. Valued me? Pah, you dragged me to this cursed place and you said it would be for a year, and 10 years later you're still festering here. Don't like the sound of that, Sigvorn? Wake up. On its own, this place is a worthless hole in the ground. It seems your advisor betrayed you, Sigvorn. Nonsense. Bjord may not be acting like himself, but he's no traitor. Tell them, Bjord. I'm so sick of you, you noble idiot. Sigvorn, this place is dying, and I don't want to die along with it. There are forces at work that we cannot overcome. It would be better to submit, to join their side. And there you have it, the difference between a clan and a band of mercenaries. Ulbrich shakes his head in vexation. You can trust people, you can have dealings with them for decades, but that doesn't make them kin. No, Bjord, tell me it's not true. You couldn't have betrayed your town like this. My town? Bjord barks out a brittle laugh. I left my town to follow you, and you dragged me here to this dying puddle of devil spit. Yes, I betrayed you, but you betrayed me first. Okay, that's interesting. Got an achievement. I would never have imagined that that's what Bjordolf thought of me. Well, I'll be. I wonder how much they paid him to betray me. Sigvorn shakes his head in bewilderment. It doesn't matter. Thank you for helping to expose that scoundrel. If only I knew the name of whoever hired him. It seems it will remain a mystery for now. Will you lift the quarantine now? Of course I will. It's not much use to us anymore, is it, that quarantine? That advisor of mine, the Viper. How much longer would he have had me fooled if you hadn't stepped in? Right you are, no time to be seen. Oh, okay, same thing here.
Our path leads on.
Bjordolf did seem a bit too suspicious when we first came in. He did have a ton of gear though. Solid hide armor, light shield, keen longsword, 2 Swarmbane clasps. Okay. All right. Save it here. Okay. All right.
I will guide us.
Okay, well, I guess we can come down here. And we can go to the Forest of the Forgotten Spirits, but that will happen in the next episode. Yeah, I think this is a good place to end this episode, and we'll save the forest for the next one. Got quite a bit done in this particular episode, and we found some funny quests like that drunkard guy and that potion of invisibility. Then we got sorted out that trader issue, and then obviously we figured out what was going on with the disease. So yeah, in the next episode we'll head into the forest, and we might also talk to Ysena and see what she has to say about this situation. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.